Hey guys, I'm here to share a special layout with you today. This is a layout I'm submitting to the Once Upon a Sketch October Challenge. And the challenge for this month was to use a quote or part of a quote in your layout. And the actual quote is this. It says, "Life is like a camera. Just focus on what's important and capture the good times. Develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, just take another shot." So we were supposed to use that quote or part of the quote within our layout, and then also use the sketch that they provide. So this is my this is what I came up with. And instantly, when I saw that quote, I thought about my baby sister Iris. Camera, because you know she's a professional photographer. That's why I thought about her. And also, this month has been a pretty tough month for her. She was diagnosed with cancer a few months ago. And on October 16th, 2012, this month, obviously, she underwent her first of, her radiation treatments. And right now we're hoping and praying that when she goes back, that all it takes is one treatment and hopefully she'll be cancer-free. So we're definitely praying for her. And Iris, honey, if you're watching, I love you so much, sweetheart. I hope you like my layout. And so basically what I did is I started out with the Bo Bunny Etc. collection. I love this collection. I chose this collection because my little sister isn't really into bright colors. You know, she's not into pinks and purples and things like that. So I definitely wanted to keep it earth-toned, soft, muted colors. And I started off with one of the sheets from the collection, and I heavily distressed all the edges by wetting my fingers and crunching it up in places and whatnot. And then also to the background, I don't know if you guys can pick it up, and I'll show you. I'll bring it closer. But I used this tissue pattern that my friend Rosanna sent me in our swap. She wrapped our the canvas she made for me in here, and I used pieces of that. Let me bring this closer so you could see. I used pieces of that tissue all throughout. There's a piece here. I crinkled it up, and then I Mod Podged right on there. I really like that. It came out really nice. You can see all the wrinkles on it. And it looks like it's part of the paper, like almost like a stamp. Sorry about the blur. There's some right there. And there's some over here. It's just covered up. And up there. So I just did it throughout. A lot of it got covered up, but I still like the effect. And like I said, I did some heavy distressing. Some edges are ripped. Behind some of those ripped edges, I used burlap trim and crochet lace. And I did that because it basically means, you know, it's tough times, but she's a strong person, she's delicate, she's sweet, and all this symbolizes her, so I really like that. And also some of the other edges, I used strips of, let's see, I used my binding edge punch from EK Success, and I just punched out some little strips, so I did that there, and down here, and obviously I used that as well on some of the layering that I did. And let's see, let me put this back over here. For the picture, I definitely wanted that to be the focus, so I just layered a bunch of patterned papers. There's some there, then this is just a strip of that binding edge punch and some more patterned paper throughout. I've got a bingo punch here that says faith, because our faith is strong, and I know she's going to pull through with flying colors and everything's going to be alright, I know it. And we've got some chipboard pieces here from the Bo Bunny Etc. collection. I just glued those on there and I gessoed them. I've got a Tim Holtz clock and a game spinner. These are some I Am Rose's flowers. Then I've got these beautiful wings by Tim Holtz. And I used gesso just to show all the detail. Look how pretty that looks. Real nice. These are just two little punches from another pattern paper collection. I can't remember what it was, and I just added those to the picture. I distressed the picture all along the edges too as well. Okay, and let's see, let's move down here. We've got some more crochet lace and burlap trim. This is also just a strip of the pattern paper, and I've got some Tim Holtz tissue tape over here, some ink, walnut ink that I just let it drip down. This is all stamping. It's like a little stamp from Tim Holtz. It's like a bunch of little dots, like smudges. I used that here, bunch of gesso. There's some stamping in the background, mesh stamp there. And my title, I used part of that quote, and my title for this layout is Like a Camera. Capture life's moments. I thought that went really well. I really like that. And you know, that's just a Tim Holtz band that I added. And I added that little piece of the burlap right on here, and I attached it with the Tim Holtz little staples. A little bit of gesso on that. And then we've got this cluster over here. It's a chipboard Tim Holtz clock, and it was raw chipboard. I added gesso with my finger just in random spots. Then I used walnut stain all around it, and then I went over it with some vintage photo distress ink. And then I really liked the way it came out. It gave it like almost like a copper look, a bunch of different colors. I really like that. In this cluster, we've got a chipboard piece from the collection that I just cut in half. I added a part there, a part here, some I Am Rose's flowers, and I adjusted them up a bit. Here we've got a little Tim Holtz light bulb, a little washer in the background. This game piece is really cool, and my friend Rosanna gave that to me, and I just added that on there. I thought it went really well with this layout, and I did a little bit of gesso right there as well. And over here, again, we got some more stamping from that little smudgy stamp, a bunch of gesso. And let me show you this corner here. Here I've got a piece from the pattern paper. I just cut that out, crinkled it up, distressed the edges and inked it up, and added gesso as well. I've got a vintage, I'm sorry, not a vintage, but you know, one of those Tim Holtz clips, and I gessoed that up as well. And got some of that Tim Holtz ribbon strip. And I added the little Chit Chat stickers in the back with some glossy accents after I had inked all the edges. So it's just like a camera. And then these are those little letters from Tim Holtz. I think it's the newspaper print. I used that. And back here we got some more tissue tape and some walnut stain that I just let drip down the edges. And there's gesso all over again. Okay, back here I've got another chipboard piece from the Etc. collection, and I just tucked that behind this little rip. I really like that. And over here, if you could see, it's just another little, this is actually like a little stamp that I cut from one of the papers, and I just tucked it behind the flowers. And I've got some chain here with this little prayer box that I picked up at Joann's, and it's got, you know, a little ribbon. And I used my Rub and Buff in ebony to darken it up a bit. And I also used some gesso in parts. And you can open this up, and this is where I keep my journaling. Because for this, we're supposed to use journaling as well. And inside is a little prayer that, like I said, I'm praying that she is cancer-free. And that's my little prayer for her, and it's tucked inside this. It's really cute. Let me see if I can show you how we open it. So, let me see, got my hands free now. So basically, you know, you just open it up, and a little prayer is tucked in there. Really cute, like that. And let's see, I think I covered everything. I believe so. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I use gesso all over the place. Lots of stamping, lots of inking. I definitely wanted it to look really distressed, really grungy looking. That's her style, that's what she likes. And I'm really happy with it. I really like the way it came out. My sister's picture is beautiful. That's the main focus. Love her so much, and I'm gonna post this on Facebook so she could see it as well. Sometimes she looks on my videos, sometimes she doesn't. I know, you know, she's busy. But anyways, here's my layout for Once Upon a Sketch challenge, and I hope you guys like it. I had a ton of fun making this because it was really cool to get it all distressed and everything. I really like it. Hope you guys like it as well. If you guys have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll be sure to answer. Thank you so much, guys. I'll catch you later.